In June 2025, Liverpool woke up and chose chaos. More specifically, they chose to break the British transfer record like it was a piñata at a kid's birthday party. Over £100 million offered without hesitation, without mercy, and possibly without coffee, all for one man, Florian Wirtz. The 22-year-old German sensation arrived at Anfield with a suitcase full of expectations, a highlight reel that makes defenders cry, and a brain that processes football like a NASA supercomputer. Naturally, the world's reaction was a collective, "Wait, what? Why did Liverpool spend that much? Where exactly does Wirtz fit in? And how does he improve a team that literally already won the Premier League?" Well, the short answer is that Wirtz is ridiculously, unfairly, almost illegally intelligent. The long answer is what follows. Buckle up. The footballing prodigy with a brain faster than Wi-Fi. It's tempting to describe Wirtz using all the usual football cliches: magician, maestro, visionary, baller. But the truth is more specific. Florian Wirtz plays football as if he installed the world's fastest processor inside his skull. Some players think quickly. Wirtz thinks before the idea even exists. His game revolves around sensing danger before it arrives, and sensing opportunity before anyone else notices it. His ability to recognize shapes, patterns, pressure points, defensive weaknesses, it all comes naturally to him. It's like watching a chess grandmaster playing football in fast forward while everyone else is stuck buffering. One of his most iconic moves is hilariously simple. He sprints a few meters into empty space, receives the ball, and now the entire attacking phase belongs to him. Not because of brute force or lightning speed, but because he manipulates space better than a geometry professor on caffeine. And here's the real mind-blower. Wirtz receives the ball constantly, but he does so in the worst possible area for humans, the final third. Among players in Europe's top 5 leagues who clocked at least 1,000 minutes last season, he ranked 91st in total touches. But almost everyone above him sat deeper on the pitch, where life is calm, where passes aren't contested by 3 angry defenders and a goalkeeper with trust issues. Wirtz, on the other hand, collects touches in the most congested zone on the football map. Only Jamal Musiala and Michael Olise touch the ball more often in that carnage. And when the ball arrives at his feet, Wirtz doesn't force Hollywood moments. He doesn't panic dribble. He doesn't smash an ambitious 30-yard shot for the vibes. Instead, he makes the smartest choice. Every time. Xabi Alonso himself compared Wirtz's decision-making to Messi's, in the sense that both players excel at playing the right pass, not necessarily the glamorous one. There's brilliance in simplicity, and Wirtz is basically the Einstein of simple football done perfectly. Where will Wirtz play? As soon as Liverpool signed Wirtz, the football world collectively went into formation analysis mode. Is he replacing Szoboszlai? Is he Klopp's Firmino 2.0, but for Slot? Is he supposed to be a left 10, right 10, central 10, advanced 8, false 9, real 9, fake 11, hidden striker? Relax. Deep breaths. The beauty of Wirtz is that he fits almost anywhere, and he makes everything around him better. But let's clear up one myth first. He isn't here to kick Dominik Szoboszlai out of the lineup. In fact, the universe might implode if both aren't on the pitch together. Szoboszlai's contribution last season wasn't measured in goals or assists, but in selfless chaos. His constant underlapping and overlapping runs dragged defenders across the pitch, like toddlers being pulled across a supermarket floor. Those movements created gaps for Salah and Diaz to attack, and those gaps created goals. Arne Slot praised Szoboszlai's off-ball work, even while politely suggesting he should shoot more. But the point is this: Wirtz doesn't replace him, he complements him. And that's where Slot's tactical imagination goes into hyperdrive. So where will Wirtz actually play? The answer depends on where Slot wants him to receive the ball, not where he's positioned on paper. The left-sided magician, Wirtz's comfort zone. At Leverkusen, Wirtz often operated off the left side, drifting inside like it was his personal living room. Slot could easily replicate that, and doing so immediately fixes a long-standing Liverpool problem. Their attack is so right-sided that opponents sometimes wonder if the left flank is purely decorative. Putting Wirtz on the left makes Liverpool symmetrical, unpredictable, and extremely annoying for defenders. Not to mention, it lets him combine with Robertson, Nunez, or anyone else drifting toward that side with dangerous intent. This is the safe, natural fit. But Liverpool didn't break their transfer record to play it safe. The false nine that will ruin center-back careers. Now, this is where the fun begins. Slot experimented with Luis Diaz as a false nine last season, and while the attempt was admirable, Diaz's skill set wasn't fully optimized in that role. Wirtz, however, is built for it. Imagine being a center back. It's the 60th minute. You're already tired. You just survived a Salah cut-in and a Nunez sprint at Mach 2, and suddenly Wirtz drops into midfield. Do you follow him? If you do, Salah sprints in behind you. If you don't, Wirtz turns, looks up, and begins orchestrating Liverpool's attack like Beethoven composing a symphony. Wirtz as a false nine is borderline cruel. He drags defenders into zones they hate, creates corridors for his teammates, and turns Liverpool's formation into a shape-shifting nightmare. One moment, it's a 4-3-3, then a 4-2-3-1, then a 4-2-4, then something that mathematicians might describe as illegal. The best part? Wirtz doesn't need to bag 25 goals. The wingers do that. He simply needs to pull the strings, which he does better than almost anyone in his generation. The shapeshifter Liverpool always wanted. Slot loves fluidity. He loves rotations. He loves unpredictability. He loves when opponents look lost and confused, staring at Liverpool's movement like it's quantum physics. And Wirtz is the perfect shapeshifter for Slot's grand design. He can play wide, central, deep, high, dribble through midfield, press like a lunatic, or float into spaces between the lines and wait for the world to revolve around him. He's the kind of player that forces teams to abandon their game plan because there is no Wirtz solution that actually works. And when Liverpool face low-block teams, a nightmare last season, Wirtz becomes the key that unlocks everything. He's immune to tight spaces, allergic to panic, and addicted to problem-solving. Not to mention, he brings the calmness Liverpool sometimes lacked in chaotic matches. Why Liverpool paid £100 million, and why they'd probably do it again tomorrow. Liverpool didn't spend this money for hype. They spent it because Wirtz is a long-term system upgrade. He improves pressing. He improves transitions. He improves the final third. He improves your grandmother's mood. He improves the atmosphere at Anfield. He probably even improves the price of property around Merseyside if he keeps playing like this. He is the kind of player that makes great teams elite and elite teams borderline terrifying. Under Slot, Liverpool already won the Premier League. But modern football isn't about winning once. It's about evolving faster than everyone else. And Wirtz is evolution. He's the next chapter in Slot's tactical gospel, the player that turns a brilliant system into a borderline unfair one. Liverpool didn't just sign a player, they signed an upgrade package for their entire team. Florian Wirtz isn't a replacement. He isn't a luxury. He isn't a PR signing. He is a multiplier, a player who elevates everyone around him, enhances every phase of Liverpool's play, and resets the tactical possibilities for Arne Slot. Liverpool didn't just buy Wirtz. They bought unpredictability. They bought intelligence. They bought evolution. And now, with the Premier League already conquered, they've added a footballer who might just help them dominate it. And that brings us to the end of today's deep dive into Liverpool's record-breaking move for Florian Wirtz. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more football stories told with this level of detail, passion, and a little bit of chaos, make sure you hit that like, and of course, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.